Hey folks, it's Jessica Leia here.
Hi!
Thanks for joining me today on Me and My Song. Hey, in case you don't know about me much, I was kind of feeling like a rock star that the world chewed up and spat out. See? So I gathered together all the hand-me-down cameras I could find, and I invented this show, Me and My Song, where I could share my music with you because, well, that's all I've ever wanted to do. So I'm gonna meet you right here every week and do just that.
The first week of every month, I'm going to introduce to you a brand new song in the Raw Reveal.
Then I'm gonna sing it for ya.
The second week of every month, I'm going to take that same song to the chopping block, where it's going to get chopped to bits, and we're going to decide what pieces stay and what pieces go before we bring it into a recording studio.
Then I'm gonna sing it for ya.
On weeks 3 and 4, I'm going to take you behind the scenes while we record the basic tracks of the songs with the bands, and then the final vocals.
Then I'm gonna sing it for ya.
So come along! This ride is full of singing and dancing and laughter and love. And I think we can all do for more of that stuff in our lives. Yeah? But just like any ride, it's no fun to go alone. So come on along. Let me sing you my songs. Why not?
Welcome
To me and my song. So first off, this song, shame on you, man, is not a battle of the sexes. I actually wrote this song when I broke up with the Catholic Church many years ago. Sorry, Grandma. Was I angry when I wrote this song? You bet I was. I don't know, there's just something about being totally lied to and completely brainwashed for years on end that gets me a little upset sometimes. So I'm a seeker, right? So I ask questions, and I do research, and I talk to experts, and I contemplate in the wee hours of the morning.
What are you doing, Jessica?
I am contemplating in the wee hours of the morning. And the more I researched the Catholic institution, hereinafter referred to as the Church, the more of its sins I uncovered. Thank God that what disgusting atrocities have been forced onto children by the Church have finally come to light. Let us also remember that for its whole existence, the Church has also been raping women in the confessional booth, burning them at the stake, and sending them off to asylums because they were fallen women, which, you know, usually means pregnant.
Gee, I wonder who helped make that happen.
And then they would just disappear. And I'm just talking to you about the asylums that were brought to you by the Church. That's not mentioning the many prisons and institutions of a similar nature where women are being tortured and killed and raped right now, that are strewn all across the globe. Sorry to be such a Debbie Downer, but that shit's for real. Sucks when you get born with the wrong set of genitals. But really, I didn't come here today to hate on the Church or to hate on anybody for that matter.
So let's bring it home, Daddy.
Really, this song is touching on what is so vital to the well-being of us all. The balance of the masculine and the feminine forces within this world. And more importantly, within each one of us. It is not a battle. It is a dance. We are all both. Sure, someone in a female body is more likely to channel more feminine energy than someone in a male body who is more likely to channel more masculine energy. And even bodies that are both male and female can tend to channel more of one energy than the other. Personally, I'm a 50-50 kind of chap. Shout out to all my fellow androgynes. Androgynes? Androgynes? I don't know. Well, how do you pronounce that?
Androgyne.
These are archetypal energies that pulse and animate through us. As we reject and attack these forces in others, we reject and attack these forces within us.
You hit like a girl.
We attack ourselves. The force that has been dominating the world for thousands of years is not the masculine. This has not been a man's world. This has been a monster's world. And that monster has snuck in through the channels of the masculine, mostly through men, because it shares similar characteristics. It's like that crud that leaks out of plastic containers that's very similar to the hormone estrogen, but it's not the hormone estrogen. And your body gets all confused and it starts using it to grow boobies. Your body's like, is this estrogen or is this not estrogen? Should I grow boobies or should I not grow boobies? I'm so confused. Don't be confused. The masculine is not violent. The masculine does not need to control and dominate. The masculine is a protector. The masculine is at peace inside his own strength. The masculine only needs to control himself. And he does, because he's the masculine. Most of all, the masculine loves, adores, and worships the feminine as she does him in their eternal and perfect dance of ecstasy. Kind of sexy, isn't it? So a plea to all the carriers of the masculine force, and I'm one of you. We must ask ourselves, am I channeling the masculine or am I channeling the monster? Stay certain and grounded and confident in your masculinity. By the way, guys, or gals who are masculine, that's super hot. That's so attractive. Love the feminine. Adore her. Out there and in here. Embrace her as she lets loose her feminine wiles and creates and destroys life. Without her, there is no life. Even though I've mentioned that this song is, for me, more about the archetypal forces of the masculine and the feminine, and less about men and women, for all of you naysayers out there, no, I am not a man hater. I was once, for about a month or so. It might sound kind of silly, but I'm a lover, not a hater. So it was really uncomfortable. I'd actually come well into my adulthood and had healed a lot, done a lot of work to fix myself from some damage that had been caused by men. You guys have a pretty bad track record. And I was feeling comfortable with men and playful and intimate again. And then, this guy came along and he did a pretty messed up thing. And I hated him. And every man had his face. And I hated every man. Hated them!
Stupid mother don't give a shit about anything, can't think with anything except for your little head, regardless of what it destroys, as long as you get yours. Mother piece of shit. You don't give a rat's about anything except for getting off, regardless of what gets demolished in the process. You don't care what lives you destroy, you just want to go around sticking your in.
And my world was becoming so warped from all of the anger and hatred I was feeling. Like the Grinch, Jim Carrey style. I hate you! Hate. Double hate. But eventually, I was like, I have to stop hating. I have to stop hating. See? And I lifted up my head and looked through my tear-filled, blurry vision. And I saw men. A whole drove of men who had rallied around me in my darkest hour. One brother who was not even asking me, just bringing me lunch on most days because I was so despondent from the whole experience that I wasn't really feeding myself. And another brother who whisked me away on an emergency trip to Disneyland in hopes of bringing some joy back into my life. Although I totally had to buy my own ticket, so I don't know what that was all about. A father who was cooking me dinner and helping me hang pictures and my guitar on the wall in my new room, because I no longer had my home after that whole charade. And it was at that same time that my music career had tanked and I felt I had nothing to go on. And it was men who rallied around me. The guys you see here on the show, who each contacted me and in so many words said the same thing. Jessica, I think you're talented. I want to support you. I want to help you do whatever you're doing. So my point is, I guess all of you aren't dopes after all. And for all of you men out there who loved this woman when she needed you most, and for all of you men out there who are loving the women in your lives, thank you. We need you.
History causes vertigo, disciples come, apostles go, and where were you? Angrily spitting on all of them who were busy embracing the feminine inside of you. So make up your stories as you go and erase her out so they won't know what she could do. If she realized the power born of her, even though it's been beaten and raped and burned and robbed by you. Oh, shame on you, man. Shame on you, you should have loved your woman. Shame on you, man. Shame on you, you should have loved your woman. You keep on searching for something more in your flesh and blood and your holy wars, but it's lost to you. Oh, without your half, how can you be whole? Well, ask your God, 'cause he should know he shuns her too. Oh, it's shame on you, man. Shame on you, you should have loved your woman. Shame on you, man. Shame on you, you should have loved your woman. the one you should have followed. They're reaching a hand out to you while you are low. You better call to a nap, for there's no time left tomorrow. 'Cause you're gonna want her. When the world that you've conjured comes to disaster, you're gonna need her. So hope something's left of her after you bleed her. You're gonna want her. You're gonna need her. You're gonna want her. Shame on you, man. Shame on you. You should have loved your woman. Shame on you, man. Shame on you. You should have loved your woman. You better start loving your woman. You better start loving your woman. Shame on you, man.
Hey, thanks for joining us this week on Me and My Song.
Please come back next week as I take this same song to the chopping block to see what stays and what goes before we bring it in studio. And in case you were wondering, you don't have to pay me, but you can! Please do. Seriously. You can donate here over at Donor Box. Give me a tip. Give me a few bucks every month if you like what I'm doing. You can give me as many bucks every month as you want. Really, don't be shy. People who give me a few bucks every month get special perks, like free music downloads and a chance to come on the show and extra videos. Yes, money gets special privileges in this world. I'm sorry I did not invent this system. I'm just trying to work my way around it. You can also help me out by buying my songs. You can download them here. You can like, subscribe, share, spread the word, spread the love. But hey, if you don't want to do any of that, or you want to do all of that, let me just thank you anyway, just for being here. That's just the thing that makes it possible for me to have someone to share with.
So really, you're giving me the gift. I can't thank you enough. I can only hope that the gifts I have to offer here bring a lot of love and comfort and laughter and of course music into any and all of your lives. For all who wish to enjoy. This is Jessica Leia signing off. Come back next week, and thank you for joining me this week here on Me and My Song. And remember, keep singing your song.
Me and my song.